So yeah, as you're even just touching Hanta Yo, just that, be aware of what that feels like and what the wind feels like blowing on you at the same time. The dirt, your feet. Your clothes on your body. And then just sort of be in that which is aware of that touching, that feeling. And it's like this presence that it's there when you're sleeping, when the world disappears. It's still there. Just the simple here now. And then when you wake up, all of a sudden there's the world. And almost in a way, you go to sleep. Because you lose touch with that. And then the mind runs its energy and takes you even further away from it. Even though that movement of the mind is born from it. So just as you can be aware of what is aware of this feeling of touching Hanta, it's like also what is this, where does this thinking, where does it begin? Where is this, let's go to that beginning, like a river. Instead of getting swept down the river, it's like swimming up the river to the beginning of this sense of me, I. And it's just this simple quiet. And then the noise begins and I'm taken away from it. So at times just be the quiet that all the noise moves in, like the space that the wind blows in. Just hear Hanta's panting, jets in the sky, sounds that the wind makes. You're breathing. Maybe even the feeling of your own heartbeat, your breath. And this way your attention goes to these things. Now just settle back into that which is the listening. What is listening? What is sensing? And even smells, just sort of breathe into your nose. All those smells, perhaps of the juniper and the soil, the dirt, and anything whatsoever. And then come back to that. To the smelling itself before something is smelled. Hear the bird. be that simple presence that hears the listening. It's as if listening with your whole being, without being caught up in what you hear. So that you listen to your own beingness as the quiet. And you just gently bring yourself back to that every time it sort of moves away, or you get caught up in a thinking, or you look at something, you get distracted, and you just come back to just hear this that is just here, that is me. Before thinking, before my body, before my emotions. And this quiet one, embodied by this circle, and this quiet one that is this circle, is my spacious love. To the movements within me, to my fear, to my panic, to my terror, to my rage, to my frustration. All of them, as this spaciousness, I become the true action of love. As if to say, I love you all, you're okay. Almost like they were your children. And this, you as the grace given to yourself now. And your very breath, you just taking that breath, a deep, deep, wonderful breath, which is this breath that makes you, expands you into that quiet one that you are, which is the circle. And as you breathe it out, it's almost as if you expand even more. And everything that somehow is hanging on inside, you just let it, the hanging on, you just give it to the earth. And you, this wonderful grace that has no judgment. And just throughout the day, spending little moments just touching that quiet in you, that I'm here. And knowing when you lose touch with it, when you haven't, like a garden, watered it. And knowing that as this which gives this grace to the world, that it must begin with me. And so it is the most important thing in my life, from which everything else flows. First given to myself, and I receive it. And just being that here now. Presence. So that even when you open your eyes, it's there. Kind of like a timelessness. This I'm here that has always been there.